Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we're gonna be not instead of going on to the fire because not much is going on. All we know is that the fire is gonna get increasingly worse. There's already another fire that started, but we're gonna be doing Trump's ERS, and I'm gonna be addressing some of my opinions and if it could not be bad. I have problems with creating another government because well, it's government, and the last thing I want to do is ever trust a government agency, even if it's under Trump. But that's here and there. What we have here is from the New York Post saying Trump announces creation of external revenue service. Here's what the agency will collect. President-elect Donald Trump announced Tuesday he will create an external revenue office upon his return to the White House that will collect all foreign source revenue, such as tariffs. For far too long, we have relied on taxing our great people using External Revenue Service (IRS). Though through soft and pathetically weak trade agreements, the American company has delivered growth and prosperity to the world while taxing ourselves. Trump wrote on to social. Today, I announced that I will create the External Revenue Service to collect our tariffs, duties, and all revenue that come from the foreign services. Now, we're going to read I'm going to read exactly what he's talking about here. Because it's also say this as goes on to say here. We will begin charging those that make money off of us with trade, and they will start paying finally their share. January 20th, 2025 will be the birth date of the ERS. Make America great again. Now, I'm going to have a few opinions here, and I'm going to address them very shortly here. Trump 78 has already threatened to raise tariffs on foreign countries that do not comply with his hardline immigration policies. The president-elect has singled out Mexico and Canada with a threat of a 25% tariff, and he has also said that he will stop business with countries who refuse to take back illegal migrants who have deported. The Republican has also said that he will levy a 10 to 20% tariff on all foreign goods and up to 60% tariff on Chinese imports. Trump also vowed on the campaign trail to upend the current tax structure, promising no taxes on tips, overtime or Social Security, even floating the elimination of federal income tax due to the revenue that as tariff policy would theoretically generate. So yeah, that is what's going on here. And then we have this Trump ally Steve Bannon told Politico earlier today that the ERS should be established under the Treasury Department to take the burden off of the IRS. But Brian Riley from the National Taxpayers Union pointed out that the federal government collects duties from U.S. importers, raising a question about how the proposed agency would even work. It does not collect duty revenue from foreign sources, so it is not clear what the point of a new ERS revenue service would be. A better priority would be to improve the operation of the IRS to better serve the U.S. taxpayers. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's going to be my actual opinion on this, and I don't know why there's a shark moving around like that, but whatever. Or I don't think it's in the shark, but I digress. I'm getting off foot here. What I have a problem with this is because it's another government tax base, right? And if we're talking about more government, that usually means bad. And I think the whole point is that we want less government controlling our lives and what have you. And we pay so much already in taxes, right? We already have taxes, and depending on which state you're in, it could be worse, it could be better. We have sales tax, we have property tax, we have income tax. If you're in New York, you have congestion price taxes. You have all these taxes, and by the end of the day, you're taking up 50% of your taxes from your income, and you don't have anything to live, if not more from your income. And this is a huge problem. Now, I think the IRS should be completely abolished because I think it only goes after middle class people that are trying to make ends meet, and it hurts more than it helps. I don't think we should ever need to tax people so many times to the point to where they can't make a living. And part of the reason why it's so hard for people to make a living is because if you have such high property taxes and income taxes and all this other stuff that you have to pay taxes for, it's a huge problem, right? It's like at some point you can't function because you're being taxed so hard and you don't have enough income to go buy things. Maybe if you were only taxed like 5% of your 5 or 10% of your taxes across the board, that means all your taxes, not just one simpler tax, so maybe 5 or 10% of your taxes. Maybe that might be better. I would prefer three. Actually, no, I prefer 0% of your taxes, but If anything, it would be 3%. And then if that was the case, then I think a lot more people would have a lot more spending money. This would make the government more powerful and have more money. Why? Because more people are spending, or unless you can have sales tax. And with a sales tax, you're able to, if you have less taxes, you'll be able to have people have more money in order to function, right? Because if you have people have more money in their pockets, that means more people will have more ability to spend more and help that sales tax, and you'll really bring up the economy. But it won't work if you tax them to all hell and they can't really make money. And as long as Trump's idea here with the ARS is to only go after foreign companies or foreign countries and stuff like that, and that's going to be our income, that's all for it. That's going to really help. That will help the government be able to make money, and then what have you. And then why doesn't he just propose sales tax? It doesn't make a super high sales tax, like maybe 3% or 2%, 5%, whatever, and do it that way. I'm not an economist, so don't take my word for it. But I think these are better solutions than creating another government or ERS. But since he's saying it's going to do the tariffs, duties, and all revenue that come from foreign sources, it seems a lot better than actually taxing the Americans, the American people, and lessening that burden and putting more money into their hands, into their pocketbook, rather than having to worry about how much money you have to pay the stupid IRS and the federal government because they're greedy assholes. So that's kind of my opinion on it. Hopefully this thing goes well. I'm hoping this would make Trump remove the IRS. This would be making me extremely happy, and all things goes well. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.